We've been chiding baseball, Robin, for not developing their players into crossover stars. And then, hello, Aaron Judge. He won Monday's home run derby. That is our adrenaline performance. It is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Judge leads the league in home runs. Is he the player, Robin, to become mainstream like former Yankee Derek Jeter was?
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, I think there are a number of factors that go into this. One, he's got the look of a physical, athletic presence. Obviously, he's taking the ball yard, as we saw last night. And then he has the Yankees stimulus package. To me, the Yankees are the engine that drives baseball, much the way Tiger Woods was for golf. I mean, baseball is a very regional sport where people root for their teams. The Yankees are the one team where they have a huge fan base, the biggest in all of baseball, and they have people who feel a certain way about them. So when you look historically, if you're naming the great baseball players of all time, of course you're naming a lot of Yankees. And even recently, if you're to say who are the faces of baseball, you're going back to all the A-Rod discussions and all the Derek Jeter discussions. But if Aaron Judge is the answer to the oft-asked who is the next face of baseball question, what does he have to do to cement that superstar status?
Well, in my opinion, he needs a postseason moment. I mean, the way that Jeter really became so famous, really before social media and that era, was because he won, 4 out of 5 World Series in his first few seasons. I mean, it's unbelievable how much success he had early on. We got very familiar with him playing all that October baseball because he was on such a dynastic team. So that's a big part of it. Still why we don't really give Mike Trout, the credit that he has earned, because we don't see him playing in the postseason very often. He doesn't have an iconic moment yet like Jeter had where the whole world is watching. Another thing about Judge, though, that I think people really love about him is, yes, the size. It's so imposing. Yet I feel like there's a reason to feel good about Judge, because I think a lot of baseball fans believe that the steroid era is basically over. Now, we saw with Chris Davis back in 2013, Jose Bautista in 2010, when these guys started hitting so many home runs, there was still this very raised eyebrow. Like, are they doing it clean? And I think the shadow of the steroid era was still over those two guys. But with Judge, it doesn't seem like there's even a thought or a hint. It feels like he's doing it clean, and that means that you can root for him without cynicism.
Well, he looks naturally athletic. I mean, he looks like somebody who just is chosen to play a professional sport, if you will. As far as what he needs to do to cement his status, for me, you talk about moments. I think last night might have been the moment. It doesn't jive with how we like to frame it, because it's not counting. It doesn't really matter. But the home run derby might be the biggest thing at the All-Star festivities for Major League Baseball, and there are more eyeballs on it than there are for most of their events, including some of the postseason games.
Sure.
So by doing that last night, playing for the Yankees, as I said before, the one missing ingredient is consistency. Baseball is an odd sport where you need a huge sample to believe something is real. So that's the one thing. Is it flash in the pan status if he gets hurt? Does he go through an extended slump? He keeps up this level of production on the team he's on with the look he has. He's the new face of baseball.
Yeah, agree.